Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The debate before us today, as has been highlighted by people from both sides of the aisle, is about a definition of marriage. And I think that the point that in the subtlest way has to be made clear, and it's something that most Americans understand logically, and that is marriage is not about love, it's about a love that can bear children. There's a difference. I love my parents. I love my family. I have friends that I love. But I love my wife, and we're married. Marriage is a love that bears children and replenishes society along those lines. I've been married personally for 31 years. We have 6 children and even a grandson. The children are doing well. One is a first lieutenant that just came back from Fallujah. The other 2 sons are over at the Naval Academy. I have 2 daughters that have not gone off to school yet. And all of those children growing up with a mother and a father have understood the first primitive concepts of government. They've understood what it's like to live under authority. They understand what it's like to work hard. They've learned to walk and to talk and to get along with each other and all of those things. And we also know that historically, that the people that are filling our prisons, the people who socially get in trouble a lot, are statistically people who have not had the blessings of a loving mother and father and a stable home. It doesn't mean that people can't get in trouble when they come from that background, but statistically, it's a lot easier for a child to grow up in the benefit of a loving home with a mother and a father. And so from a practical point of view, to preserve our civilization and society, it's important for us to preserve marriage. It's not just love, it's a love that produces children. We ask ourselves, well, is this such a big debate? Well, really, it shouldn't be. We have 45 states that have passed legislation saying a marriage between a man and a woman. And we also have, anybody who knows something about the history of the human race knows that there is no civilization which has condoned homosexual marriage widely and openly that has long survived. And that's the practical reasons that marriage is about bringing the next generation along, and it works best with one dad and one mom. That's what a great majority of Americans believe, and so it's sad that we have to basically tell our courts, because of their activist nature, the beliefs of such a great block of Americans. And I will conclude my comments by doing something that I don't know that I've done on the floor before, and that's to call attention to my colleague, the lady from Colorado, Marilyn Musgrave, who's had the courage to do what seems so obvious to at least 45 states worth of Americans, to bring this amendment to the floor. And for her efforts to defend plain old traditional marriage, she's had millions of dollars thrown against her, and even a television ad that I've seen of some fat pink-dressed lady that's stealing jewelry off of a corpse. And she's had to put up with that. And I say to you, Congresswoman Musgrave, we're proud of you, and we thank you for standing up for something that is so foundational to our society. I reserve the balance.
The gentleman from New York.